Hi birdies, this is Birdie of Birdie Speaks, and it is Solstice, so happy Solstice, June 21st, 2018. This is going to be a daily energy read for this celebratory day. I love summer. I think summer is probably my favorite. So the decks I'm going to use today, it's just going to be a quick general read of energies, are the Voyager deck. This is such an intuitive deck. I love this deck. It was my very first deck. I love it. And then I thought we would bring out Destiny's Portal. It's a very fun, lots of fairies, fun elementals for the summer. Yeah, Destiny's Portal is done by Barbara Moore, and the art is done by Jessica Galbraith, and the Voyager Tarot deck, I can't remember who does it, but I will put it, and I don't have my glasses on so I can't see. I'll put it in the information below. So let's just get started. I've pretty much shuffled, but we'll do a couple more. I'm not doing any particular spread, and I'm probably not going to read the reversals, the inverse, unless they tell me to, and then we'll see what happens. I'm not very structured about this. I just usually listen for the messaging and then read as they tell me. I'm more of a conduit than a. I think that's mostly how I do this. Whoa, well. That's our first card. Our first card is the Six of Cups. Sorrow. Sorrow on a celebratory day. Let's just see. We'll get the rest of the cards out and we'll find out more about this sorrow. I mean, we do have a lot of energies right now, a lot of change, a lot of shifting, a lot of, raising of vibrations, purging of old beliefs. So there would be a tendency for some sorrow there, I suppose. The second card we have is the Nine of Crystals. The third card we have is the Man of Worlds. I'll show them to you in a second. I'll just get them out first and then we'll see. And our fourth card is the Ace of Wands. Ooh, I love that card. That is the card of illumination. That is the card of illumination, manifestation, and looks like this is the last card. So we have this Sorrow card. Sorrow card, the Six of Cups. Then our second card was the Nine of Crystals, which it would translate to the Nine of Swords. It talks of narrowness. Traditionally, that Nine of Swords is kind of sad too. And then we have the Man of Worlds, Achiever. So look at, things are looking up. Look at that card. Look at these colors. I just love them. And then ending on illumination, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, the aces are new beginnings. The aces are new beginnings. Yesterday's read had the death card, had change. You could have, like I said, like there's shifting, there's changing, there's purging, getting rid of old paradigms, old traditional structures, the way we thought things, the way we saw things. We've had to let go of a lot of the old and embrace change, and change is scary. And we also have to give ourselves some time to mourn, I believe, some of those beliefs that we had held true, those traditions, those paradigms. So I feel like that's what this is kind of telling us. It's kind of, those energies are still kind of in the air. They're still moving over. We're still feeling a little low-level depression. The Nine of Crystals, Nine of Swords would typically be, you know, the loss of sleep due to anxiety. That showed up in yesterday's read, so it's showing up again. What they are showing us, though, is that we are moving through. There's a guy, this is the Man of Worlds, which would be the King of Pentacles in the deck. But notice, like, look at, there's that guy running to the finish line. There's, what do we got in here? We've got, like, the world, like a universe, big cities, lots of people, airplanes, planets, a coliseum. This card really is, there's stairs climbing up. There's achievement in this card. So we're achieving our goals. We are moving out of our sorrow. We are moving out of our anxiety. We are moving out of sleepless nights, because we have that push. Yesterday's card was that change. We're getting that push from the universe, which really, I'm not an astrologer, but, you know, like with the Uranus and Taurus and, ooh, I mean, there's some great people out there who can tell you more about that. Shout out to the Leo King. I subscribe to his channel, and he's brilliant. But so this is a time. This is a time in the collective. This is a time of awakening. This is a time of all these changes taking place that we're uncomfortable with, and our bodies are getting used to it. Our mental, our hearts are expanding. I believe this is becoming. We're walking into a very expansive time as a collective. So we're achieving. We're doing the work. We're achieving our goals. We're headed for the finish line. We're making it. We're doing it. We're grabbing our goals by the, I was going to say by the horns, like bulls by the horn, Taurus. We're grabbing our goals. We're seeing our goals. We are moving forward with our goals. We don't want to be left behind. We want to achieve. We want to be prosperous. We want to be abundant. We're in that place. And we're becoming unstuck. So look at, this is good news. It's okay to feel sad a little bit. It's okay to be anxious. It's okay to have a sleepless night or two. However, get back in the race. Get back in the race. Right? We have dreams. We have dreams. And even in our job force, I'm being kind of, I hear a little bit of messaging on, even in our jobs, if we're feeling a little stuck, if you're in a job that you are not feeling fulfilled in, and yet you have a dream, you have an idea, now's the time. Now's the time to at least start getting it on paper, maybe, or, you know, sometimes we keep the thoughts up here, and really, if we lead from the heart, which is really where we should be getting most of our information from, our soul, our heart, let the heart speak. We don't need to listen to the logic in our mind right now, the air, the swords. See, the swords keep us up at night. Listen to your heart. What is it that's going to fulfill you? Follow your dreams. Run for the finish line. Woo. And then we have, we have illumination. See, if we sit down and really listen, you know, maybe ask God, what's my next step? What's my next step to this fulfillment? And then meditate. Find that time. Clear the mind. No thought. Let the messages come through. A lot of times when we pray or we ask God a question, we don't then give him time to answer. And you know, we need to have silence before we can hear his answer. And then we're going to be illuminated. We're going to be illuminated. This is the Ace of Wands. This is beginnings. You know, what's your dream? What's your dream? What makes your heart sing? Start by writing it down. Start by asking God, what's my next step? And then listen and listen. I'm guarantee you'll get an impulse. The law of attraction, the universal law of attraction states just that. We ask, and then we will receive an answer, an impulse. Follow that. That's what this card is saying. We're going to be illuminated with a thought, with an impulse. So run that race. Get back in the race. Find that thing. Find what's going to make your heart sing. And then instead of putting it in the closet, take it out. Take it out. Write it down. Ask God. Listen for the answers and see what happens. See what impulse you get. I guarantee it's going to be a good one. Oh, let's do some fairies here. Let's see. That's exciting, you guys. Summer is a time of expansion too. Summer is a very expansive month. Think about even like, you know, as we put seeds in the ground in the spring, and then they start to burst forth into the, out of the ground. And then all of a sudden we have this really, we have like big lush trees, gardens, grass, flowers are growing. It's just, it's summer, it's expansive, it's growth, it's growth. Oh, looks like maybe the fairies are talking a little bit about love. Summer. Whoa, look at that. There's a lot of energy. That was so many cards. I'm not going to take all those cards, but let's just see if there's one more message in here that wants to pop out for us. Let me see what these guys are saying to us. I'm going to look in the book. I don't always use the book for these, but I want to make sure that I am getting this message correct. Seems like we've covered finances and job or dreams. This one, now these cards kind of feel a little bit like, is there a new relationship springing up in your life? Lavender Moon. That's the first beautiful fairy. Purple. Purple is the third eye chakra. Expansive knowledge, seeing. Some of us have gifts. I know, you know, some of us, I believe too, summer is a time, especially the solstice, where if you do have any of these special gifts, if you do have sight, I mean, we all do. We all do. We're just, we just need to practice listening to hear those messages. But the solstice is a great time for those energies. So we may be seeing and hearing things a little bit differently and bigger and brighter right now. That's what she feels like. She's reminding us of our gifts, maybe. Yes, it says, one of the messages in here is time for you to be very clear with yourself about what you believe. This may pertain to a spiritual path or decision, or it may pertain to a smaller issue. Funny, because I was just saying about some of our senses are a little heightened right now, our spiritual paths. You know, they're asking us, you know, again, we're going through this death and rebirth, we're going into summer, we're expanding spiritually as well, and I believe this card just is telling us that that is the case, that is what's happening. And then we have bewitching. That seems kind of a sultry card for summer, doesn't it? Summer is bewitching. Summer night's the longest night. We're out under the stars. She's so pretty. She's blue. This feels to me also like third chakra. You can also see the raven in the background. We were talking about spirituality with Lavender Moon. Well, the raven is a messenger. Raven comes with messages from on the other side of the veil. So again, we do seem to have that same kind of playfulness with our senses and our gifts. This one, the power, knowledge, and wisdom you seek are all available to you. So this one then feels almost like the magician card. Is kind of the message I'm hearing. We have everything that we need inside us. We have all the tools. We are flowing with source energy. We are flowing with that higher intelligence, with divine intelligence. We have everything that we need, necessary to manifest all of the magic we want, all of the abundance, all of the love that we want. We have that inside of us. The magician shows us in that card that we have all those tools. Bewitching is showing us that as well. So on this solstice, maybe take some time. Maybe some of you are starting to get involved in some endeavors on the spiritual path, on the spiritual side. Maybe your new ideas for a fulfilling career are reaching into that realm of spirituality as a way to be fulfilled in your employ. That's just kind of what I'm getting a feel for. I don't know if it resonates. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. Hopefully you can take something out of it. One thing about my readings is really, you can come into them at any time. They transcend space and time. The messages transcend space and time. They're for you when you find us. So when you are here, when you finally find this channel and watch us reading, even if it's 10 years from now, then this message is for you. The last card here is Entwined. And so this is a card that states that romantic love is clearly the focus here. The experience is one of the most exciting and fulfilling that many people have. So this experience, I'm sorry, I can't read. This experience is one of the most exciting and fulfilling for many people, that many people have. It is often short-lived, so do enjoy it as much as you can. Do not worry when the energy of it lessens, as this is natural. You know, and I think, so this card in the book is talking, mostly of love, but, and it could be for love, for some of you. It's so beautiful. Look at that. I've been doing a lot of channeling on the divine feminine and the divine masculine and those balancing of energy. And so we have the masculine and the feminine. This feels like a very balanced card for me. And I think with the rest of the cards here that we have, and it seems like we're talking about dreams, any dream that you have, it's remembering to balance that feminine and masculine energy while taking on these endeavors. And when we start an endeavor, just like when we start a relationship or any relationship, it is exciting. And then as we move farther down into the path, it changes. The energy changes. It's not that it isn't as exciting. It just becomes deeper and different. So I think this card is just reminding us that we have to balance. We can't always be in the bliss bubble. We are going to, quote unquote, come back down to reality after the excitement wears off a little bit of our new endeavors, romantic or otherwise. So I think that this card really to me right now is speaking of the balance that then we need to bring into these new endeavors. Yeah, that's more what I'm feeling. If it resonates with someone with love, hey, good for you, because that's a beautiful card. But remember, love is a journey. Love is a journey. It's continuum. It's abundant. It's unconditional. It's glory. It's bliss. It's wonderful, and it can be. But there's going to always be different levels of those feelings and emotions through that whole experience as well. And again, we need to bring in that balance and balance that feminine, balance that masculine in all of us through all of these endeavors. And I'm going to pull one more card. Ooh. I pulled the logic card. Isn't that funny? Logic. Here we were talking about, you know, starting on these new endeavors, bringing in that balance. And I think sometimes too, yeah, after some of the newness wears off, the excitement wears off, the energy will shift too, and we will need to remember to bring in a little bit of our balanced logic. Balancing, this is really what I'm getting. Remembering to then, through all these endeavors and with all these energies, to balance heart and head. Balance both of these energies. Because if we're doing only this is very airy. This could be just all troublesome. When we follow our heart is going to tell our mind where to go. So it's kind of, or our soul, when our soul or our heart is driving us forward, it is going to tell our mind then what to do next. I trust my mind more when I've listened to my heart first. And so again, with this balance card, it does sort of feel like that reminder, balancing between heart and head. Heart and head, too much logic. Too much logic creates a sleepless night. That's the anxiety. Too much logic creates sorrow. We think too much as humans. We think too much. We should be feeling more, letting the emotions guide our logic. Yes, so this feels complete to me right now. Happy solstice. Again, if you want a reading from me of your very own, you can contact me. My information is below. And as always, please hit like and subscribe to get my daily and weekly readings on this channel. Again, enjoy tomorrow, or today, the 21st. Enjoy today. Enjoy the solstice. Go out under the stars and expand and grow. Namaste.